Hello, welcome to Ofoy TV. My name is Ikia or Ikia Ofoy. If this is your first time hearing about me, please make sure you follow my Facebook page, Ofoy TV, and then you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ofoy TV. Guys, today I wanted to give you some important tips that will help you succeed at your DV lottery interview at the U.S. Embassy in Monrovia, Liberia. Okay? Yes, I wanted this video to specifically address people who are going for interview in Monrovia, Liberia. The reason for making this specifically from folks from Liberia is because not too long ago, I made a ranking of the embassies with the highest DV lottery refusal rate, and Liberia was outrageously the highest within West Africa. They had refused 277 DV lottery winners at the time of that video, at the time of that posting. So I wanted to make this quick video, give you guys a little bit of advice, but I have a really well-structured video coming up, but this was just a quick one that I wanted to share with you this morning. And I'm just going to focus on two things, okay? The reason for people getting denied at the U.S. Embassy in Monrovia can be various things, but I'm just going to target two things so that it will help eliminate some of these outrageous number of refusals. Like I said, there could be many things, but these two things I believe play a major role in the refusal rates in Liberia. The first thing that I want to talk about will be DNA testing. Okay, now DNA testing is triggered when the consul officer does not believe that the child that you brought for the interview, that claimed child, is not yours. So when you go for the interview and you don't bring adequate evidence to convince them that these are my children, where are your children's school report? Where are your children pictures with them when they were kids? Where are those things? If you are not able, where are their school report cards? If you are not able to bring some of these documentation to prove that I have been in this child's life for this amount of time, you haven't shown that you are a parent who has an active role, who have a legitimate claim over this child's life, then definitely DNA testing will most likely be required. Okay, now when they request for DNA testing, some people may not be able to afford it, so some people will just give up on the rest of the journey because DNA testing is really expensive. The other thing is that sometimes when DNA testing is requested, the embassy may not even be able to accommodate DNA scheduling for you and your family to even come for your sample to be taken for you to even go through the DNA testing. So some people pay for the DNA test and then they never even get a chance to do the DNA test. So if you're a Liberian and you have children and you're going for interview, it is very important for you to come with diverse range of evidence to show that those children are yours. Not just birth certificates, but you need to bring anything that will show that you are a parent. You are a parent to this particular child. So not just photos, school report card, weighing cards, baptismal cards, anything. And then if you're bringing pictures, don't just bring pictures from just last year. Pictures kind of like a timeline. Guys, you understand what a timeline is. When you go on your Facebook, timeline is showing posts and comments you've made at different times, different year throughout your history on Facebook, right? Think of it that way. When you're taking photos to interview, the photos should not just represent one time. It should be photos from different ages, different years, so that it will give different time ranges. That will be the timeline. Okay? The next thing that I want you to focus on, if let's say you don't have children, but you're going for an interview in Monrovia, Liberia, one of the major things that cause a lot of people to get refused is math and reading. Math and reading. We know that the minimum requirement to qualify for the green card lottery is senior high school or your WAEC results, or using occupation. But let's face it, it is difficult to use your job to qualify if you did not pass your WAEC exams. Okay, so mostly If you don't have your, you don't have a job that qualifies, then most likely you're going to use your WAEC results. In Liberia, the embassy doesn't have a strict requirement for your WAEC results. I've seen people with 7, 8, and they still got their visa. So the main test to verify that you have actually completed senior high school is basic math and reading. Many people who have gone for interview at the U.S. Embassy in Monrovia, Liberia, were asked to do simple mathematics question. You go there, they give you that problem, they give you a pen, and then you solve it and give them the answer. All right? Now, if you're somebody who has left school a long time ago, then you need to do practice. You need to practice. I would say that practice board math, okay? Use that to do your calculation, because when you go and they give you example 2 + 2 - 1, you have to use the board math to determine whether you do the addition part first or the subtraction part first. Some of us, it's been a long time since you left school, so it might be something that you need to refresh your memory on. So do that. They don't give you complicated math, but these are things that if you said you finished senior high school, you should be able to do that. So they are using this to just confirm that you actually finished senior high school and you were successful, right? You were able to obtain and acquire the knowledge that you needed in senior high school. The other thing that they used to test is reading, just basic reading. I know many of us have our own dialect. We may have pidgin, we may have our own spin on the English language that we speak in our home countries, but we all know that the reading, the formal English reading, that one is different from the way we talk, the way we will talk informally with other people. So you need to practice your reading. Practicing your reading will help you become fluent in your pronunciations. It will make your pronunciations better. There are words that you have not pronounced before. The first time you see them, it will be difficult for you to pronounce. But when you have pronounced that before, it makes it easy for you to pronounce it fluently, like smoothly, okay? So start reading. Read a book, newspaper, grab something, anything that has English type, message on it. Please read it. And when you're reading, read it out loud. Read it out loud. Reading it out loud helps you to correct yourself when you make mistakes. If you do this, you are going to improve your chances of getting your visa approved. Even though 277 people at that time of that posting had been refused their visa at the U.S. Embassy in Monrovia, there were over 200 people who had also received their visas. So don't say that everybody who goes for an interview gets refused. This is a very alarming number of people getting refused. But you must prepare. Some people went and they got their visas, and some people went, they didn't get their visas. The way to separate yourself from the people who don't get their visas and add yourself to the people who get their visa is by making sure that you are adequately prepared. No matter your grade in the WAEC exams, you still must be able to do the basic math. You still must be able to read. If you can't read, then it doesn't matter how good you are. Even if you have a degree, they are going to refuse the visa. So now that you know this, go and grab a paper, go and grab a book, grab something, read it out loud, so that when you go there, it doesn't matter what they give you to read, right? They are not just going to give you some scientific research paper where it will have those outrageous scientific words that might be difficult for you to pronounce. They are just simple basic reading. Okay, so start practice so that it will be easier for you. But guys, if this video helped you, please share it with a brother or a sister so that they can also prepare well and succeed at their interview. But I have a good video coming up on my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. I love you guys, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.